Look, asshole, when you grow your hair, put on some jeans with holes in them and play some grunge.
Yo, Revradchad here.
Asshole. From me spoken word. Because you don't want to know me.
I think that's about as long as clip if I can play my friend's music before some turd will come and say that you're not allowed to play it. So here we go. Hey, Revradchad here. Just came on here to talk about, whatever. Had a couple trolls in the show last night, got all mad, said, got all mean, used a couple cuss words. That's not normally my thing. I'm not much of a cuss word person. I generally don't get riled up, but I was in some kind of mood. And the comments, were, totally, completely not on the subject we were talking about. And, it made me mad. So, got my iced tea here. And, see if anybody wanted to talk tonight. See if anybody's out there. See if the feed lands. Sometimes they don't land. Sometimes you go on a live and they just don't land, and they go in the archive, and, we'll check them out next time. So, there's that. But, hey, thanks for coming. Just saying, put my earphone up. So, yeah. What are you guys up to tonight? How you doing? Anybody out there? Anybody interested? Want to talk about real life? Because I'm just saying, it's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's real. But, I see a lot of stuff going on in the world today that's very questionable. And the weirdest thing about it is the most questionable stuff has fan bases and people following it that are interested in it. And they're like, yay, we're doing terrible things. Let's keep doing it. And I think to myself, is that real? Are we really at a place that we just marginalize anything that had value, and we emphasize everything that is corrupt, morally corrupt, emotionally corrupt, physically corrupt, worldly corrupt. We emphasize that. And anything of any value. Stuff as simple as teaching children, education, becomes a problem. We as an entire humanity are to blame for that, including myself. I spent most of my younger years thrashing around the world, acting like a total hooligan punk rock kid. I had little or no regard, and I was a finger flipper to the system. I created many problems as a child. I got jailed, for short terms for small problems. Into my mid-20s with drinking and driving, and and wanting to not stop for the police in the car, the motorcycle. So we're all just people, but at some point we have to get a grip of the things that really have value. Hello, Yuri. We have to in some way step back from our selfish desire to do whatever we want and think for 10 seconds, like, if I destroy my neighborhood, where will I live? And I mean, not in such extremes, but that's what we really need. So, I think we're just people, and we need to find more ways to understand our limitations of what we're actually contributing or what we're actually taking away from the communities we live in. And I mean that, like, that's universal. It could be anywhere, any community. It doesn't matter where you live or what place you live or what part of the planet you live on. It's just the fact that the community you live in, there's like three ways you work in the community. You're either part of the community, you're against the community, or you contribute to the community. And I know that the number 1 and 3 kind of sound similar, but you could be part of the community and, take care of yourself, clean up your trash, follow the rules, don't break the laws, and not really contribute anything other than your taxes. Or you can be the problem for the community, the crime, the criminals, the thieves, the home robbers and all that stuff. Or you can contribute to your community. You can be number 1, plus then after you do those normal things that normal people do, you could help your community in some way. Whether it's volunteering for children, whether it's helping people that are older than you. When I was a child, my mother used to every Christmas make Christmas cookies and go to old folks' homes and make me go with her. Not make me, but suggest I go with her under Christmas spirit and go give these old people cookies. And at first I was very hesitant. I thought that seems so weird. But then after I did it, the humanity it taught me to be humble enough to go and be some old person's servant and give them a cookie. When you would see the amount of joy that brought them, it was almost unfair, the amount of joy and happiness they gave back to me when I was so unwilling to give them the cookie. So just think about that. I'm a firm believer that analogies make the points the most clear. So think about that. What do you contribute to the community rather than how do you draw away from the community? That's really what I wonder the most with people who struggle to exist. Because if you don't do anything, we can only carry you so far when there's just nowhere else for us to carry you. I'm just saying. I'm the Revradchad, and I love you all. And I thank you for tuning in and checking it out. I'll be back all the time. Thank you. And thank you, Ashwin, for chiming in. Everyone have a great night.